Okay, let's go live. Let's go live. Let's go live. Are we live? Let's start off the stream with the intro.
Chilloutrecords.
What's up, my people? Welcome back to Chill Out Records, and I'm your host, SG. And today is Father's Day, and it's a Sunday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. First of all, I just want to thank all the new subs that have just rolled in. Thank you guys so much for all the effort and the support that you're doing for this channel. It really means a lot to me, man. So, so let's just keep that momentum going. Now, today, I wanted to do a couple of things. I wanted to talk about Father's Day. I wanted to share a couple of stories about my father as well. But weirdly, I have a guest that will be joining. It's a very old friend of mine. I've known him for very long. So hopefully if he joins the call, then we'll just have a conversation with him. If not, then I still have some memes. And then I also want to talk about this whole Albert Ojwang story. So there's also that. And then the last, I think I'll leave it towards the end, is this story that I want to talk about, this girl who did all this monkey branching. So there's also that. So there's quite a lot of stuff. And I have intermission videos this time. So as we go along, before we transition into the next phase, I will share some intermission videos. So as we're waiting for this guy to join, let's listen to a classic song that I created a couple of years ago. I think it's a year now. So let's hear that.
Nipatie whips.
Because you're talking nonsense. Unajua nini? Hii nyumba ni ya nani?
Hello, Kife. How you doing, darling?
From California to Tijuana. Kwenda kudinyana. What are you doing? What are you doing? If the chick is on social media, forget about her. If you're in your 20s, forget about her. Hey, listen. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, listen. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Listen. The is going to be like, What are you doing? Ladies, if you're here, remember how you watch the show. 2 years, only 1 month. Robert, are you here only? Put some respect on my name before you open your mouth. God damn it. What are you doing?
Nipatie whips.
Shut the fuck up. Listen.
Nipatie whips.
The is going to be like, hey. Listen. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey. Listen. What are you doing? What are you doing? Listen. The is going to be like,
Chilloutrecords.
The is going to be like,
All right, let's see if he joins the call. Then we can get the screen sharing started. Kenyan time, man. Kenyan time. 12 o'clock means 12 o'clock, bro. That's 2 p.m. Come on. La. Where is this guy? Where is this guy? Let me make sure that the screen share is working. Oh yeah, before we start the show, by the way.
We watoto, endeni mkafanya nini? Homework tafadhali.
Whips for this guy, by the way. We need to give him some whips, man. How can you show up late? What do you mean? Put some goddamn respect. Well, you can't put some respect on my name just yet, man. I haven't reached that level just yet. But hopefully we're getting there. We're getting there. Where is this guy, man? Where is this dude? Freaking messaging the guy. He's reading the message. Maybe he's struggling with the internet connection. I don't know, man. I had a perfect show lined up, and I was like, you know what? Let me just invite this guy, see if he joins. Maybe he's struggling joining the link. Let's see. Let's see. Are you able to join the call? Any issues? Why do people do this at the last minute? Oh my God, man. I wanted to talk about what's going on with this whole story with Albert Ojwang. So I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to share a story about my dad, and that was the initial plan for the show, for the live stream today. And then I was like, let me bring this guy on the call because I haven't talked to him in a while. Plus, he's going to give us some good insight on the ground because he's probably been at the protests there on the ground. So he'd be able to give us some good insight on what the hell is going on, man. Because you can't really trust social media. You can't really trust the government and the police, especially the police at this time because the situation is so messed up. So I wanted to hear like what his take was on, because he literally, like the last message I sent him, he was just literally like, I'm good, just full of my monthly tear gas supplement. And I'm just like, damn, I need to hear what this guy has been up to. So hopefully he joins the call. I'm going to give him a couple more minutes. He probably must be doing his makeup. Where are your whips, man? You deserve some whips. How can you show up like this? Dude, I sent you the freaking link at 6 in the morning, man. I don't even know why the freaking hell I woke up at 6 a.m. on a freaking Sunday, but I was like, let me just do this. Because I was psyched up, man. Yesterday I was tied down with some other stuff. And today I was like, nah, I need to go live, man. Weekends are the only time I can actually push some content out on my channel. I'm not like IQ and all these other guys, man. If I had like that work ethic, damn, I'd be far. But I'm not that disciplined yet. But I want to get there. I want to get there. All right, I'm going to give this guy like maybe another 5 minutes. Oh, man. Weird. Okay, let's see this. Okay, everything looks like it's working. I'm on the freaking call already, so he should be able to freaking join. I don't understand what's going on here. Whoa. Enter picture in picture. What's this? No, I don't want that. I'm not getting any notification. Is it like a permission thing or? Kenyan time, man. Kenyan time.
We watoto, endeni mkafanya nini? Homework tafadhali.
Yeah, okay, the whips are working.
Because I am going to the work. If you don't do, you do the other places. Why are you shouting?
Okay.
Are you crazy?
All right, so that's all working. Let's see the memes. Are the memes working?
No, you're so dumb.
Njoroge, this is for you. This is for you, Njoroge.
Why are you gay?
You don't know how to use your phone? You don't know how to use your freaking goddamn phone, man. Come on. The longer you don't join, the more I'm gonna freaking diss you here.
Come on now, dog.
Oh man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Fuck it, whatever. Okay, screw this. I've given him like 7 minutes, man. We're done here. We're done. I'm gonna still stay on the call here on the Teams thing, but if he joins, he joins. If he doesn't, it's too bad. Oh wait. Look at that. Oh freaking hell. Wait, can you hear me first? Let's begin there. 1 second. You cannot hear me. Are you able to hear me? Check. Audio. I was almost giving up, man. Wait, where's the freaking screen share here? I can't hear you, and I don't think you can hear me. I can't hear you, man. Where are your whips? You need some whips, man. How do you not know how to use computers and it's 2025? Okay, just rejoin, I think. Maybe that's what you're trying to say. Rejoining? I've turned off and on my microphone. My microphone is maxed out. What else? Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing some technical he is experiencing some technical difficulties. We will be with you shortly. Dude, I think what you're doing is you're probably using like a Bluetooth microphone or something. A Bluetooth something. And maybe that's what's... But right now you're frozen, so I can't even freaking...
And I can hear you.
Yes, and I can hear you.
But I can't see you. Okay.
Second.
No, it's okay.
Wait, hang on.
Technical issues.
Yeah, technical issues. 1 second. Let me switch something on here. Maybe you might be able to see me.
I know I can see you.
You can see me now.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, 1 second.
I can hear you.
One moment. Let me change this to camera source so that when I screen share, you don't see yourself. Okay, so your audio is a little bit low.
Oh, really? Let me see. And I'm using the system microphone.
Yeah, that's a bit better.
I don't want to shout. Okay.
Nice. Let me hide myself, minimize. Okay, cool. Nice. Dude, finally. I think I can hear you and see you finally after all these years.
Yeah, it's been like, 2 years since we last did this kind of call.
2 years?
I think 2 years. 2 years plus. Yeah, we did it was a while back.
Yeah.
And I know it wasn't last year.
Yeah,
it was maybe the year before. Yeah.
God damn it, Is it that our
Time is
lives
right.
are so busy, or is it that we don't know how to prioritize, you know,
Our,
old
our
friends?
lives are busy, but we have time to prioritize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's freaking hell.
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to like freaking push, man.
Yeah.
Damn. But it's really good to hear from you and see you, man. I thought
Likewise.
I thought I lost you, man, because yeah, I'm being serious, man. Freaking 2 years we haven't like been in touch, and I remember like back in the days, man, we used to freaking hang out every weekend, man.
Yeah. When you're producing and you're just
Yeah,
going out for skate
yeah.
sessions. Do you know now? Do you remember George? George, the
I
young
know so many
kid.
Georges, man. Which Georges?
In,
Oh, the
in
kid.
skating, he was like,
Oh,
he was
okay.
so talented. He's now the president of
SSK.
Skateboarding Society.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's old news, man. I already
Yeah.
knew that.
Ah, you no, just trying to show you like how time has passed.
Yeah.
Like
You know, he
he was a
messaged.
kid.
Yeah. I know. He
Now
messaged.
he's like the president.
He messaged me. There was a time when we were going through this whole transition of, I guess, handing over the reins, because I was vice president and I think Leo was president, and I can't remember. Victor was something, and basically
Yeah.
we had to sign some documents.
Gen.
Yeah, we had to sign some documents saying, okay, now this is the handover to these guys. And damn, man, when he just reached out to me, and I was like, damn, it's amazing that now we're passing on this legacy,
The
and everything
torch to
to
the younger
to the younger
generation.
generation, man. Oh, it was beautiful, man. I was so proud of him, and I see the posts and things that he's posting on social media. It's amazing, man. Even his channel is doing really well. So.
Yeah, guys are doing well. There's the scene has grown so much. There's the new Gen Z. It's full of now even ladies and guys, and they just do this sesh they're way bigger than when we were there.
Yeah.
And it's so good to see the culture has grown so much. And it's like a very interesting way of young guys hanging out, spending time together on weekends.
Because
Yeah.
I remember when we were doing it, we were just on the side of the road, man. We were just skating on the side of the road. Like,
We were like,
that's what that whole song, The Nairobi Sun, was encapsulating.
Yeah,
We were on the side of the road, Mamangina Street, South Sea, and we were just doing our thing there.
yeah.
And we evolved from there, and then we got the whole but by the time we got the skate park, it was a bit too late because we ventured off into our work and all that. But at least those guys got to
Uru
experience.
Park.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Damn, that's amazing.
And I'm seeing like it's really grown. There's Uganda Skateboarding Society. The Ethiopian guys have also like really grown. So like the East African community for that, it's a way better space than. They're so lucky. I'm just like, we grew up in a time like even getting that board.
Yes.
Oh, it was taking months. But
We really struggled to get skateboards, equipment, and all that. I remember when the first skate shop opened in town, X1. Man, we were so psyched. But then unfortunately, we couldn't afford the
exactly. You go see the price and you're like, okay. What will I get? Like what? Was it over 5,000 shillings?
Yeah.
And that was just the board.
That was the board.
Without the struts, without the wheels.
Yes.
So I don't know. There was so much to. You just decided, okay, I'll just go for that Jorex, and then I know how to work with it.
Yeah. At that time, I think Nakumat Mega was like popular. Huh?
Yes.
And I remember they dropped that Jorex skateboard, man. I'm telling you, bro. When they dropped it, I think my dad was like fed up with me. Like every day I'd nag him, like, please, it's only 3,500 or something like that. At that time,
So
it was
much money then.
Yeah, it was still a lot of money back then. But still, I was like, every day I just told him, please, I need it, please. Man, those good times, man.
Yeah.
Good times. Now, about you, man. How have you been? What have you been up to? How's work life? Everything, man.
Wow. Adulting. A lot of adulting. This has been amazing. I was just like, okay, how do I progress my career? Journalism has been crazy. A lot of things have happened. Like, for example, in this 1 week, we have come from, in Kenya, a murder.
Yeah.
Midweek, we've had, I was trying to remember, another murder for a baby, like midweek. Then we've had the whole Israel-Tehran thing, World War
yeah.
III looming
Yeah.
in the midst of all that. And then like, you just like look at the news and you're like, the world is moving so fast, so many things. Oh, and the Air India crash, like
Yeah.
so much has happened
Yeah.
in the span of 1 week.
Mental. It's mental.
It's mental, man. And you're like, here's a journalist, and like, how do you even tell this to people and then still try and tell them some good news? Because everything looks like it's bad, terrible news and stuff like that. Yeah, so we're really working hard on how to just also leverage, not only show those negative kind of news, but also like try and get some positive news. You know, people doing amazing things, people doing amazing discoveries and stuff like that. So it's been tough. And then you're competing with a lot of content creators. Nowadays, news, you're competing with content creators. Everyone is almost like a journalist. They have a phone. They can tell their story.
Everyone's a podcaster now. Huh?
Yeah, they're a podcaster. Like,
that's me.
You go to a TV stream and they're having like 2,000 concurrent views. You go to a streamer's platform, they're having millions of people. You go in TikTok and like people are just camped there. They'll rather watch that person rather than your news.
You know, one thing I've kind of noticed. I don't know, this just could be me, but I feel like the streamers that are a little bit more authentic and raw, those kind of get more attraction and viewers rather than the people who are like fabricating content and like kind of like manipulating stuff. Like if you're a bit more authentic and just freestyling it and stuff, like people can see like this is an authentic person. Just follow this guy.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. Actually, that's one of the things nowadays, like authenticity, because a lot of people try to really fake stuff to try and keep up. But yeah, authentic people, they struggle at first. But once people get used to the content and this is the people, this is actually you, and you're not pretending. They kind of like start to gravitate, and you build a small community around that. That even sustains you. Yeah.
Nice, man. I kind of feel like, hey, man, there's so many things I wanted to talk to you about because I know you are like the forefront of like all the news that's, you know, all the chaos that's happening, man. So I have like so many questions and stuff. So I was like, we need to have this freaking call. At least we can talk about it and also like, you know, share it with the people that are on this channel. And I'm really glad. Like I'm even shocked. Like my channel is really doing pretty well, and especially after I started interacting with some manosphere content creators.
Wow.
Which is a discussion for later on. But I feel like, okay, a couple of things. First off, the content creators, I feel like you need to be, there's a lot of, like you just said, what's the word I'm looking for? Competition. And then there's AI, introduction of AI. And then there's this whole notion of like face swapping and all that nonsense. So there's so many things you're competing with. And then to top it off, it's like people don't even respect your career anymore. If you've got a lot of followers and influence, like you can influence a lot of people and you've got followers, like that's more respected than your job title. It's so crazy. I've seen doctors and people with PhDs on YouTube making content. They've left their careers and it's shocking, man. So I've talked to some women and when I tell them what I do for a career, they're not even interested. But the minute I tell them, I have a YouTube channel and I've got these, wow, that's amazing. Tell me more. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What kind of a world are we living in, man? So it's so crazy, man. And so I'm just like, okay, you know what? Everyone's freaking doing it, man. Everyone has a freaking podcast. Let me just freaking jump on the bandwagon and just, and here we are, man.
I think it's just, the exposure of things, or how people have been exposed to. Like when we were growing up, you know, we were always told, you know, be a doctor, be a scientist, be an engineer, you know, a teacher. Those are the respected careers we used to see. We used to see when you were growing up, you know, stuff like that. People who are learned and stuff. Those are the aspirations we were given. But the internet generation, what have they grown up seeing? Grown up seeing Mr. Beast giving away $1,000, $100,000, $1 million, doing the Beast games and stuff like that. So that's the element of success. Seeing guys like Kai Cenat, Speed, doing streams of how they live. So imagine if we did streams of our daily lives, our skate sessions back then. People are not even as connected to the internet, so they'll have very few viewership and stuff. But right now, those are the kinds of things that people gravitate towards. If you did like a stream of a day's skate session, a weekend session in Nairobi, that would be so crazy. A lot of people tune in because they'll be like, because our internet penetration, devices, everybody has a smartphone, data, the number of internet users now compared to back in the day has become so much. So all those things are really helping people who create content, like stand out and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's wild, man. That's wild. Well, it's interesting. It's an interesting time to be alive, man. Just witness all this weird transitions because we're from the generation where we didn't really have that much internet, and now we've just been thrown into this internet of everything.
Yeah.
So we have to adapt to this new changing environment. And
can you give me just a minute? There's someone at the door.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just a second.
Interesting, man. I got some good intermission videos as well. So if you guys get bored, we can watch this. Oh man, crazy. Oh man, crazy. Check. Okay.
Nipatie whips.
Because you're talking nonsense. Unajua nini? Hii nyumba ni ya nani?
Hello, Kife. How you doing, darling?
From California to Tijuana. Kwenda kudinyana. What are you doing? If the chick is on social media, forget about her. If you're in your 20s, forget about her. Hey. Listen. What are you doing? Hey. Listen. What are you doing? Listen. Janja is going to be like, what are you?
Hey, I'm
Alright,
back.
welcome back.
It was a neighbor who needed the token electricity meter thing that brought it here.
No
Yeah.
worries, man. No worries. Right. Anyway, man. So, hey, how's family and everyone at home, man? Everyone's good.
Family is okay. Actually, my daughter is just here. She's doing her homework. She's big now. If you see her.
It's kind of just flows by, man. That's I'm really happy for you, man. Man, it's crazy. So there were two things I wanted us to talk about. So one was the manosphere stuff. I don't know if you've followed it or have watched or consumed any of it, because I have like a couple of questions there, and I want to hear like what your thoughts are. And then the second thing was obviously I wanted to talk a little bit about like what happened with the whole Albert Ojwang thing.
Okay.
Because I know you were on the ground and you kind of like saw what was going on with the protests and stuff, right? So, but even like reading the story. So let's start off with the Ojwang thing. So it's like reading up on the story, I felt like obviously none of that stuff made any sense. What the police were saying that had happened, that he was hitting his head on the wall, that's what caused him to unalive, I guess. We're on YouTube, you can't use those certain words, blah blah. So there was that, and then when they brought him to the hospital, he was already out. And then I saw some CCTV footage. I don't know if you got to see it, of the hospital when the police arrived, and they just showed up really slowly, and then they just like making phone calls, and then like, okay, yeah, now we can take out the body and take it to the like, I was just completely shocked. It's like, so I feel like, okay, was it that, and these are just theories in my head, is it that he had some information that maybe the police didn't want revealed out to the public, that's why he was silenced? Or is it a cover-up to hide like what's going on with the finance bill?
Okay. Well, to answer your second question, it has nothing to do with the finance bill. It's all to do with the Deputy Inspector General of Police, because he was the complainant. As per the police report, he was the complainant against him that he had made some defamatory statements online under a law, the Kenya Cyber Crimes Unit Law Act. So there's a law that was passed, Computer Misuse Act,
Right.
that was passed like 2 years ago. And nowadays they use that law to say, if they come and say, Asim has stolen 10 billion, and I post that on my Twitter page, and I don't have any evidence, or I'm just speculating off of what you have seen. So you can come out and say, Njoroge has misused a device, Computer Misuse Act. So the device could be a mobile phone or whatever, to tweet defamatory statements about me. So you're suing me and you want me arrested and all that stuff. But that is really a civil case. It's not even a criminal case.
Yeah. Because that's the point I was coming to. It's like, he wasn't. So if he made those statements, everything was bad.
Yeah.
Then they should have followed the proper procedure of taking him to court and doing all these things.
Exactly.
All that stuff.
Exactly.
Damn.
So the thing, and the funny thing is, everybody's really concentrating on that, what happened to him, his death, or unaliving and stuff.
Yeah.
We haven't even seen. Can you believe his accounts were deleted? So we don't even know what exactly he did tweet.
Wait. Who
Yeah.
deleted the account?
Exactly. That's the big question.
Because you can't delete an account unless you have credentials to log in to.
Yeah. So people have been looking for his account. People have asked, what did he exactly even tweet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No one
Exactly. That's
is
what I
following up.
wanted to know because I couldn't find
Yeah.
anything online.
You can't find anything. Yeah. You can't find anything. There's no trace of what. But, publicly, there's no trace of that. So if this case was to go on, so those are some of the things that would like to be revealed.
So he doesn't have a Twitter account, so now his account is deleted. His Twitter account is deleted, or X, whatever. And freaking hell, man! So if
Then
those accounts are
the
deleted,
police, in the 2 or 3 statements they made last week on Sunday, like blatantly lied in public statements. They lied under oath in Parliament, because one of the things they were saying, he was in good shape when he was taken to the police station, and even when he was taken to the hospital, he was still alive. That CCTV footage that came out on Friday from the hospital shows he was brought to hospital well.
Yeah.
He already left us. Yeah. So all the statements the police made were lies. Yeah. And these lies have been done under oath. So you can imagine what a big mess this whole thing is.
Yeah, it's a total mess.
Then one of the policemen who was arrested on Thursday, saying that he's been arrested in connection to this guy's passing away.
Yeah.
He was actually not even on duty at those times. Can you believe
Man,
that?
what the
Yeah.
freaking hell? It's like,
Yeah.
God damn,
It's
man.
like
This
everything's just unraveling and unraveling and unraveling. And this is happening at 1 year anniversary of the June 25th Gen Z protest, where now over 60 youths were killed by police and then forced disappearances. And even in the course of this week, another guy died in the police cells in Kisumu. And there are 2 other people like 2 weeks back who were abducted. They were later found unalived and tortured. So like it's happening in the midst of so much of these kinds of things happening in the country. And, guys are like really, really not happy with it. And the, outright disregard for law and human life, is just like, so visible. Like you don't even need, it's out in the open, all this stuff.
Yeah, but then is it, okay, is it disregard or is it hiding something? Because why would you go down that route of, you want to unalive someone because you want them to be silent, you want to silence them because they know something that you've done.
Yeah.
That if they say it out on social media, it's gonna cause some freaking havoc. So, god damn, man, that's messed up.
I think this has been the people perpetrating those kinds of acts. They've been feeling a lot above the law, because we have so many cases still ongoing right now of people who have been unalived by the police.
Yeah.
And they've never been solved. Very few have convictions. There's a website called missingvoices.co.ke. If you just go on that site and you'll see the number of cases of, unalived Kenyans disappeared. Over 100 active, and nothing has happened, and so people are just like, they feel like they have this power whereby I'll do it, I'll cover it up.
Yeah,
nothing will happen
to me. Holy, man, that's just messed up. It's, man, like, where do you even begin? Like, how do you even crack this case? How do you even stop it? Because it's like, to have that kind of power, it means you've got the justice system in your pocket, you've got people above you in your pocket, or there's no one above you basically at that point. Because if you get away with this, man, that's messed up, yo.
Like the worst stuff, So we're really hoping, justice for Ojwang. He, today some of the headlines today are like so heartbreaking. He was the only child to his father, and today is Father's Day. So one of the headlines So it's like, yeah, his dad can't enjoy that. He was also a young dad.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, his own son gets to have, yeah, the dad on Father's Day. So it's quite a thing. And yeah, it's
that's.
we're really calling for justice for this. And yeah, Kenyans are like, yeah,
But
we
now,
have to get
you know, the
bottom.
thing is, you know, what worries me is, fine, yes, we want the justice, but how do the citizens ask for this justice? Because yes, they can go and riot today, they can make all this noise, but nothing gets done. We're back to square one, where everyone goes back into their bubble to start working, grinding, because taxes are so crazy, cost of living is mental. So there's also that thing that's running behind people's heads, because everyone can't stand and protest every day. They need to pay bills, right? They have to go back to work. And I feel like the government not the government or whatever, the police or whatever, they're counting on that fact that they know these citizens will cry today, then tomorrow they'll have to pack their bags and go back to work because they have bills to pay. And then everyone will just forget and we move on.
I think that has been the culture actually in Kenya. We have so many of these kinds of stories and tragedies whereby they bring out public outcry. People are united. Yeah. Right. One of them I'll tell you is femicide. Femicide has been such a big issue. Last year alone, in the last 3-6 months, unaliving of women was almost every single day for 3 months. If those cases were all put out, so over 150 cases of such we had one of the biggest protests last year. Early in the year, there were promises made, we'll do this, we'll do this law. Later on in the year, in December, one of the protests I covered, we are still covering the same thing. So the thing that has been happening now is people are like, we will not forget, we'll not let this write down. We'll be like, we are working, we're still doing our thing, but we'll always ensure that this thing is the good side of having all these technologies, AI, internet penetration, and stuff like that. People are discussing this every single day. People are having
people's voices are being heard.
Spaces.
Yeah,
exactly.
Voices are being heard
people on
now.
TikTok doing discussions, talking about what are the issues you are having. For example, in this year's finance bill, there's something called drunk lectures. Like guys go to a pub after work. Guys are going to a pub and they're going to discuss. They had one of the foremost journalists who is also a business journalist and a very good he understands economics so well. Come and give a lecture on what do you need to know about the finance bill, and those are the kinds of stuff that people are doing. People are teaching themselves. Yeah, programmers like you. Yeah. Are making.
Is it a chat AI thing that allows you to ask about the finance bill?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Things like that.
That was beautiful. I saw that, by the way. That was nice.
I saw someone this year on these cases of people committing atrocities. There are some guys who are making a website where it will have your name, all the cases you've been mentioned in, all the current active cases, their status and stuff like that. So if you want to know something about this politician or this person, go to that website, click on it. Beautiful. It just gives you all the cases mentioned that they have done. And it also links you to their cronies. So this case is about Njoroge. And then they're like, oh, this one they were mentioned with Asim. Then if you click on Asim, you go and see, oh, these are Asim's cases. Right. These are the other people.
Beautiful.
So,
exactly. And I think the reason for that is accountability. We need to hold accountability for the people.
Exactly.
That's beautiful, man. Damn.
Yeah. And guys are using technology. So this has been one of the biggest advantages and best use cases of tech, in Kenya. People in the tech world. Just 2 weeks ago, before this guy was abducted, there was a tech, she's a programmer, she's called Njoroge. She was abducted because what did she do? She made this program where you could go and send an email to the parliamentary committee on the finance bill saying why you're opposed to the bill and the clauses that you're opposed to, So it was very automated. You just go input. Once you click on it, it takes you to your email. You put your email address and then you put your signature and you send it. they went for her like 15. She was saying 15 DCI cops went for her. Mother of 2, very small, like in stature, she's a small lady stuff. They sent the full force of the criminal investigator to just go and collect her. Then they took her. It was a long weekend. We had a bank holiday on Friday, or was it Monday? It was a long weekend. So when they took her, they knew, because when you're taking over the weekend and a bank holiday,
you're not getting
you'll be let out. Yeah, the holiday is over. So for a whole weekend,
that was all planned, pretty sure, because they knew the longer that they can keep her in there, they can try and tell her to take this thing down.
And the law they were quoting, the computer misuse. Exactly, that's the law they were quoting, that she interfered with the parliamentary system by overjamming them with those emails and stuff like that. They're like, when the court case, the court case was just like, what? The lawyers were just like, this is just a slam dunk and stuff. So, but the case mentioned will happen later, 20th of this month. So she's still going in
court. Holy.
At least now she was released.
But now you know what they're going to do. They're going to try and drain her financially by taking her
exactly.
to court.
That's the thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, that is so messed up.
So can you imagine that? And
is this something? Wait, sorry. Is this something that she built out of her own pocket to build this whole?
Yeah. Like I'm telling you, like, we are having amazing young people in this country doing amazing things. People are going out of their way to just ensure like civic education. People have access to information. You know what so that even when you're coming to argue and put your points across, you know why. Because if you go through that bill, it's very hard for you to just read it this way. But now if you have a GPT that just you ask it, how will this bill affect me as a student or as this? Because I'm in this business, and then it will tell you these clauses are going to maybe increase taxes on these things, or are going to introduce taxes on these things, and this will affect you in this way. And so guys are finding it easier to digest these very heavy, laws and stuff.
Yeah, because the common person doesn't know what the hell all of these
exactly.
garbage jumble is,
So now using like the power of AI, the power of the internet, there's a guy who goes into matatus, the public transport, and talks to people about all this stuff in a matatu, right? Going home.
Nice.
He's called, I think, Willie Oeba, and he's doing amazing work, civic education, and he's just out there every day preaching at different places. I'm calling it preaching because dude is dedicated. He's there on this matatu, this route, and you just tells people, this is going to happen. They want to introduce a bill about this. This is how it's going to affect you, common mwananchi. So go do what we're now calling public participation. You hear there's a bill being introduced, they have to do public participation. That's where now people in the public, you come and give your views and either object to it, amend it, and stuff like that. So it's really making people, be aware and making the information. Yeah.
Damn, that's amazing. I've seen a lot of videos like those. I've seen videos where even common citizens are like, you know what, we have put these people in power. I saw another video where I don't know if it was traffic police or who it was. Some people in government cars were trying to overlap some cars.
Yeah.
And I think some people just got out of their cars and said, what gives you the right to overtake when there's this massive line over here? We're all standing in line. It doesn't give you the right to just overlap for no reason. Because even the oncoming traffic needed to go through. And so I watched that video and I was just shocked. Like, I'm so glad in a way, because people are waking up and saying, like, this is the life that we're living. What makes you guys special and above us to overrule the law or even the traffic law to begin with?
Exactly.
So
there's this one. Let me just tell you about this very funny one. This cop stopped a biker, just like, oh, you're breaking the rules, you're doing all this and this, and then instead of writing him, you're supposed to be written. I can't remember the name of that thing, but it's a slip that says the offense. Then says either if you have a court case, because there are no instant fines. So you have a court case, appear in court on this day to answer for these offenses. They're supposed to give you that. And then you go. If you don't appear for those mentions, now they put out a warrant of arrest for you. Yeah. So, do you know what this cop did? So he gave him all this, oh, you have done all these things. Then he took his bike and started riding it. And then the good thing, this guy had
Wait,
like
the cop started riding the bike.
yeah. And this guy had his camera on the bike.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think an Insta360. So it was just recording.
Yeah.
So it recorded. The cop went and broke all of those traffic rules you're selling. He rode on the pavement,
No.
rode against oncoming traffic, was making the wrong turns. Then you think he was going to the police station? He went to do his own errands. And it was all captured on that camera. So he went, stopped at some shop, did what. And so this guy was posting it like, this cop stopped me for basically nothing. He was just looking for
just wanted to take the
private
bike
stuff.
and go and do his
Yeah. And then he took the bike and went and did his own errands.
So
and
how did he
broke
get the
all
bike back
laws.
then? How did he get the bike back?
I'm not sure. The story doesn't mean that, but I'm sure because these are frivolous. Like these things can't even be taken to traffic courts for them because it was all a lie. And this guy has the recording of him riding, so you have even the evidence. So I think that cop didn't know that camera was still on and recording.
still on
So I
recording.
think in the end he got the bike back, and then they posted that video. And it was just
Man, that's great. There was this one video. I don't know if I can share it with you. Let me see if I can share it 1 second here. Let me do this preview because this was the one I saw. So there was this video of this guy was literally just where is it? Is it under memes of the day? I have all these crazy videos. Oh, it's here. So this
Huyu mjinga, huyu ni askari, huyu mjinga huyu. Anafuata gari, simama hapa.
Do I know that?
Ati anafuata gari yako na interest. Uko na interest gani?
Get the audio though.
Ati traffic police officer. Uko na interest gani?
Yeah, what is it telling the cop?
Umefuata, umetoka post yako tunazunguka hapa unataka ongo.
He's talking about he was wait.
Mjinga huyu.
Let me hear it.
Anafuata gari, simama hapa. Ati anafuata gari yako na interest. Uko na interest gani? Ati traffic police officer.
So the guy is accusing him of being a traffic police officer, stopping him for committing an offense. So he asked him, "What's the offense?" And he's unable to respond.
Interest gani? Ati gari imefuata. Umetoka post yako
These
tunazunguka hapa
guys
unataka ongo.
are crazy.
This is
They'll
good.
stop you for just like that. Then you're like, what's the offense?
Yeah, what's the offense?
Now, when they see you starting to ask that, then they become angry. Give me your license. Give me the car keys. Let's go to the station. Oh, I'm like, okay, cool. But tell me, what is my, I don't know if you've seen that Nigerian meme. What is my offense? What is my offense? So you're trying there to ask, what is my offense? And they're like, they won't tell you.
Yeah.
So there's a time another cop is stopping me and like, okay, so what's the offense? And like, you've not painted the car.
No way.
Because my bumper has like some scratches and stuff. I'm like, but is that an offense?
Yeah.
Like, the car is roadworthy. You've checked the insurance. You've checked my driving license. You can see my tires are good. And then he starts showing my car, and then he's showing me like a Prado on the road, like a Land Cruiser. Like, is this car? Does it look like that? And I'm like, obviously no. Like that's like a brand new KDK car. This is a KCD, and you can see my bumper is scratches and stuff. But the car is roadworthy. Yeah. I'm like, and you are like a few meters from. I'm like, there's some matatus over there if you go over there. That matatu doesn't even have a door.
Yeah.
Yeah, the state of that matatu now, that's unroadworthy. You don't call this car
Dude, I have seen public transport vehicles that you're like, if you sneeze inside this car, it's gonna fall apart.
You're like looking down and you can see the road. And that car will just pass through and you'll stop. But he'll stop you and be like, yeah, your car is unroadworthy. And you're like, make it make sense, man.
Yeah,
make it make sense.
Man. That is so true.
So nowadays, actually, one thing I really need to get it. You need to get a dash cam, front and the back, and even the interior. And even when they want to get in, you let them get in.
Let them get
Records, you have your evidence. So with that one,
I will
it's
not
really
forget. There was this one time this happened to me. Out of all the freaking days, I don't know, I think it was like super hot that day. Out of all the freaking days, I finally had the opportunity to record this police officer, and she just got into my car because she wanted to arrest me for doing something. I don't know what the hell I had done. She obviously she was supposed to tell me. And out of all the days, that was the day my phone decided, oh, it's too hot. I need to switch off.
I won't record.
It's too hot. I need to switch off. I was like, God damn it. I was so pissed because eventually, you know where that story is going. She was like, oh, it's going to be 10,000, but what's the word? Something kidogo.
Kidogo, yeah.
And then we'll just let you go. I'm like, damn man,
Yeah.
wish I recorded that, man. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, dashcam has become like a vital survival because you never know how it will save even from minor traffic offenses.
Dashcam with audio.
With audio. There's some things that have been captured on dashcams.
Yeah.
There's a guy, please follow him, he's called Biker Nairobi. He does, he's so popular nowadays. He does
Biker Nairobi.
Biker Nairobi. I'll send you the link. He's really good. So he has the 360 camera on him. He's well known. He's called Brio. So he captures just crazy, amazing stuff. Yeah. On the streets of like you'll have like tons of content just talking about the things he captures and the crazy stuff he gets to see.
Is he the guy that does that whole those videos where they're like the phone is next to the window and then someone comes to try and grab it? Or
No.
Something else. Okay.
You know, him he's a biker. That one is some guys on taxis trying to do those social experiments. So he just captures wild stuff. And I'm like, this is why you need a dash cam. Do you know a matatu can hit you? A matatu can hit you, then they position the car, then the cops come and they turn the case and like, yeah, this guy hit us.
Holy.
So if you don't have the evidence, if you don't have witnesses,
yeah,
these guys can just flip the case on you,
yeah,
and then they'll want you.
I feel, me personally, I feel like the public transport guys are already paying the cops daily, right?
Yeah.
So when the cop shows up and it's a public transport guy, he's going to take his side. Obviously.
Yeah.
Damn.
Those guys pay every single time.
Damn, man.
Return yourself on the screen. I'm just seeing myself.
You're seeing yourself?
Oh
yeah, sorry. Yeah. 1 second here. Bear with me, man. Source camera.
Yes. Better. Yeah. So we have a lot of that. Now we are 10 days to the anniversary of June 25th protest 2024. Going to be a massive turnout in remembrance of the people. Can you believe the parents of the people who died in those protests last year went? You have to give police notice that you're going to do the protest, and that's like the law. They want to give those. Yeah, it's the law. The law is like I don't know how many days to your event. It's a protest or whatever. You have to give them notice so that they can secure protection for you to do that. And the police are supposed to be there to protect the protesters, and everything else, keep law and order. Right. So the police were refusing to accept that letter. So the mothers and the fathers of those people were in the police station this week, and they're like refusing to accept those letters.
What was the reason that they were refusing to accept?
Tactics. They don't want it to happen, so they're going to pull. They're going to pull all the stops in the book, try and just so that they can call it an illegal or unlawful protest. Then they can justify using force and the tear gas and all that stuff. So
this is so messy.
That is what's happening. Yeah.
And even the question I have is, what is the process of making this request? Is it like a hand paper written thing, or is it?
Yeah, it's an official letter. Yeah. That they're supposed to accept.
Do they stamp it? Stamp it.
They stamp it. So once it's accepted like that, now you have legal recourse. They can't say this protest is lawful. It happened spontaneously. We were not made aware. And stuff like that. Because now, under the Kenyan law, following the legal stuff. But, people always try and weasel their way.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
The law and, that stuff. Man. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. So it's going to be a very interesting month.
And month. Which brought me now to this question of like your role in the company, like where you work. So is it like, are you the forefront person? Are you like the person the go-to guy who actually goes on site? Because I've seen a couple of your what's the word I'm looking for? Not interviews. It's The videos.
news packages.
Yeah. The news
Reports.
packages. Yeah. You have
Yeah.
actually been on the site, documenting all these things. So
Yeah.
so you're the go-to guy that goes to the
Yeah,
sites
yeah,
to do. Wow,
yeah.
that's amazing, man.
We work with a team. You have a producer, sometimes a reporter, sometimes I'm the reporter. And so you strategize. This is what you're going to cover.
Yeah.
For example, the femicide protest I was in December.
Yeah.
We were going there to cover the protest and how women are advocating, for this.
Yeah.
Then they ended up being tear gassed and battered by police. Now the story even changed to that. So it was more about police brutality and still the femicide issue. So it's really very crazy. Right now it's very dangerous for journalists.
Yeah.
You're just there filming what the cops are doing, start pointing guns at you and wanting to fire. Like they want guys.
Exactly. And now, especially after the BBC dropped that other video, that forensic video detailing each and every event of how things were going down. Holy. I kind of feel like this time around it's going to be even worse. And they might even restrict you from filming them, which is even messed up.
Exactly. The extent which they go. Can you imagine being shot at directly with that tear gas canister? And that thing, explodes.
Yeah.
So if you don't have, even if you have PPE, protective gear, it's so bad. Can hit you in the face.
Yeah.
Can injure you in your hands and stuff. Can injure your equipment.
So there's that, and then they say they're using rubber bullets, but man, that's some messed up stuff.
Even this week when people are protesting for Albert Ojwang, they shot some people.
With like live ammunition, or it was
There's a lady who was in a hospital, and can you imagine? She's been taken to hospital, and the hospital is like, since you don't have money, we can't take out the bullet first. Like, you need to use money. So guys did a quick fundraiser, sent her money. The bullet from her leg.
Yeah, the hospital situation is that's
crazy. If you go to public hospital, it's your chances of surviving. It's only God,
Damn. There was a girl that told me her experience about one time when she was a teenager and she was going to the public hospital, and her experience there, and she was just completely devastated of what happened. Like she was very sick. She went there. I'll just give you a quick story. Like she was sick. She went there. Oh, you got a cat. You're still a cat man, huh? Nice. Hey, actually, that reminds me. Remember, I gave you some kittens a couple of years ago.
Yeah. They went to Ushago.
They were golden kittens, man.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, but anyway, so her experience was she went there, and she was very sick. She went there in the morning. They made her wait the entire morning, right? Then they before they went for lunch, they told her, "Can you give us some stool samples and all that kind of stuff?" And and then so they gave her this assignment, and then they broke for lunch. When they came back from lunch and she was ready with the samples and everything, and she presented it to the nurses literally told her to her face, and I was shocked when she told me this. She says, the nurses literally told her, "Now we've just gotten back from lunch, and you're presenting this to us. We're going to puke. Why don't you give us some money so that we can process this, so that once we puke, we can go and buy some lunch for ourselves?" And I was like, "Are you freaking?" When I heard that, I was like, "Nah, it can't be that bad."
Can you imagine watching a series where you think the writers have just come up with that thing, and someone tells you that's actually happening in real life? Like you feel like it's not real.
Yeah. Imagine you're sick and then you're told this.
Yeah.
And she was just a teenager. She wasn't even like, she was still depending on her dad to pay everything, and messed up, man.
It's crazy.
Anyway, okay, let's just move on from all these depressing things, man. We're not supposed to be freaking depressed over here, man. So in general, my life has just been the usual stuff, man. Just working from home, gaining weight, nothing else.
No, actually, right now I'm seeing you're really cut.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I've really been trying to hit the gym.
The last time you came on holiday. Yeah, you've changed. That's good.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, dude, I need to freaking.
I wish you should skate more. You have the perfect.
I know. Right now the weather is amazing and everything. I'm definitely doing that, man. It's just that the problem is, like you just mentioned, the work life over
Life
here.
balance.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. During the week is just crazy, and
Getting even time.
you don't even really have time. And then if you do have time, you don't have the energy because you're so
You're all
exhausted.
burnt out.
Yeah, you're completely burnt out, man. You know. So anyway, man. So apart from all of that, yeah, I'll definitely try and travel down maybe August there, you know, and spend more time there, and definitely we can plan to do some stuff together. Do you still do video production, like on the sidelines, like you know?
Yeah. I try and do some. Actually, I was going through my archive stuff in some hard disks, and I found your documentary. So I think that's something we should.
I was gonna freaking ask you about that. Yes, freaking hell, yes.
That's something I think we should finish this year. Yeah.
Wait, we haven't finished it.
No, I hadn't started editing it. I just filmed it, and now there's so much that has happened. They need a few more additional stuff, but I'll start like putting it on the timeline and stuff.
Holy dude! Let me see if I can find some pictures of the. You know, we took selfies and stuff.
Yeah.
From that event. Let me see if I can find them. Man, freaking hell! Let me see if I can find them. Just give me a moment here. Holy.
I have interviews with you. I have interviews with your mom.
Yeah.
I have the interview with your sister.
Did you interview my dad? I don't know if you interviewed my dad.
Unfortunately, that time he was quite sick, so he wasn't able to be on the interview.
Shit.
Yeah.
But at least you got my mom, you got my sisters. And
Yeah.
There, so damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So now I think we'll go to. I need to interview Ibra. I need to interview all the rappers you've worked with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have that hard disk over here.
I don't know if I can find them. Man, that was.
I found that and was like, oh my god, this is like amazing. I thought like I lost this footage or something, but yeah, I actually had it.
Yes, here we go.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. Hang on a second. Let me share my. Let me share the screen so you can see this. 1 second. I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah.
We were so skinny and good looking back then. Oh man, dude, this was such a good time.
I have two phases. I have two phases of younger me, skinny me and fat me.
We've all gained weight, man.
Yeah.
Dude, who was this guy? Who was this guy? I don't remember his name.
The guy,
The guy with the mic.
I can't remember him. Do you have another picture of him? Is that my cousin or I'm not sure.
I think it was someone related. I don't know.
It could be my cousin. Yeah.
Man, you had all the amazing equipment. Man, we could have done a lot, man. You had all this amazing equipment.
I have all your things. I found the interviews. And stuff. Yeah.
Dude, hey, let me close this thing before I scroll to some other random picture. But hey, that's good stuff, man. Okay, so we'll definitely need to finish that. Holy shit. That will be an amazing interview because you will see me back then and then today. Holy.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, we must finish that, man. We must finish that. That'll be awesome.
I think that I'll do that. That's one of my passion projects, man. Yeah.
Nice, man. Really appreciate that, man. 1 second. Let me go back to camera here. Okay, last thing I wanted us to discuss was this whole manosphere stuff, man. Now, I don't know if you've watched some of my previous videos. I've started interacting with some more manosphere content creators. And we've got a live chat from Miriam. Thank you, Miriam, for checking out the channel. Yeah, we're just talking here with Njoroge. Actually, Miriam, I don't know if you remember Miriam. She was with us that time you visited the apartment. Miriam. I don't know if you remember though.
I think I can't. It's been maybe I only saw her once, and so I'm like, yeah.
Fine. Anyway, so I wanted to like just hear what your thoughts are on this. Like, have you like seen that kind of content? Because I kind of feel like it's really influential. It makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, it's also a bit scary to just go into it completely. You know,
I think I think one of the things, I hope you've watched Adolescence, the Netflix series.
I have.
Yeah. think that series just encapsulates all the stuff happening and all the stuff to do with some of the manosphere content and how it's influencing people.
Yeah, it is very influential.
Very.
What's scary? The thing that's scaring me is there are some people, I don't know who it is, but some content creators mix the truth with a bit of lies and try and twist that story and really manipulate people into thinking certain ways. Because I've seen so many channels, and the overall message is the same, but every channel has their own small twist to it, and they'll add some small spice here and there, and then it's now up to you to decipher. Now, me as a grown adult, I'm still here struggling. I can only imagine what the kids and adults and kids are going through, and how they can navigate to consume this content in a positive way, so that they can apply it in a positive way, rather than just because I know information is power, but at the same time, it can also transform you into thinking a certain way and completely mess up your life. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's now that we've spoken about the good use of tech and internet.
Now let's talk the bad stuff.
The bad ways is that. Can you imagine, like, someone makes a deep fake video of someone influential saying some of those things. By the time guys are like, no, that's a fake video, that's fake news, and that thing has traveled around the world. People have believed it. People who are inclined to those kinds of things are like, even if they're told it's fake stuff, they've already like accepted that as their truth. There's nothing you can tell them. So it's quite crazy. I think what has happened has been like men and young men are lacking proper mentorship.
Exactly, man.
As opposed to
they're
women.
lacking proper mentorship, but then the problem is, the scary thing is, we have all these creators that are coming in to say, I am the proper mentorship, follow me.
Exactly.
And then they'll slowly interject, they'll slowly add some few sprinkles that might sound really messed up, but they'll say it slowly and
in a very, for example, like in adolescence, like we kept wondering, why did this kid, get all these spoilers? Sorry for anyone who hasn't watched it, but you should seriously watch that stuff.
I had to watch it. I was like, I need to see what's going on over here.
Yeah, the buzz around it. And you can imagine, like, he was what? He was less than 15 years to commit such a crime and lie about it. And then for me, it was like, I wasn't even believing this is happening. And then when the evidence was presented, it was like, this kid was so convincing, like,
he looked so innocent, and, like believable, like, and even he believed his own lie. Like, he was like, I didn't do this, that's not me. It was until the ending when that psychiatrist walked in and actually showed us physically how physically he was different than like mentally, and like, what was going on in his mind. It was
it was crazy. It was crazy. And so the thing you're saying, like, as you're adults, you are like in our 30s and stuff, and you're still figuring out
figuring out women and the whole dating thing. And then we have these people coming in and saying, no, this is how you should treat women, and this is what you should do, and if she doesn't do this, then just freaking give her a whip and all that kind of stuff. Like, what the hell, man? So it's really confusing, man. It's really, really difficult to navigate this whole thing with. And I feel like AI is even going to make it worse, man. Because there's all
like now we need to have those counter AI kind of things that help us detect the deep fakes. Like how they're saying, like, now if you go and do like your essay on AI, they can run it through something to see, how it is. So now that's the other tech that will be needed together with these AI models that are making, this content.
Now, speaking of AI, I was playing around with deepfake AI yesterday, and I actually finally installed it onto my computer, and I've actually tested it. So I'm going to show you. This thing can literally, it's a live cam face swapper, and I can change my face into literally anyone that I want. Yeah, I'm not even freaking joking.
Do you know, we're just from watching Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
And you've been doing like the previous Mission Impossibles, and you're like, this was like the years in the 2000s, and they were showing how this tech will be. And they're like, this is in a movie, so it's like, this tech will it ever come? Now we are living in the age where that tech that was in the movie is actually happening, like live. Yeah. Can you imagine someone putting your face in the scene of a crime? And then by the time you explain yourself, I wasn't there, what, they're like, we have video evidence of you at the scene. You're in a cell trying to defend yourself,
Man, it's
Stuff like
crazy.
that.
It's crazy. Let me see if I can show you this thing, man. I was shocked. I was playing around with this yesterday. Let me see if I can get it to work. So give me a second here, and you will be completely shocked. And this is a live, like right now, this is a live stream, right? So like this is just me, like a live camera showing you streaming and all that kind of stuff. Now check this out, right? I was playing around with this yesterday, and just check this out. Man, this is some freaking messed up, crazy stuff.
Yeah, it does it live.
It does it live. So what I'm going to do...
2 years ago, you needed to have a very strong computer, and then you needed to download, have it render the stuff. It's
not as fast. It's not as fast. Even my machine kind of like struggles. I don't know if I'll be able to stream it and do it at the same time. Let me see.
Can you imagine, with regards to how tech takes time, to be refined?
Yeah.
For AI tech, every 6 months we have something new.
Yeah.
Like, just goes on improving.
Let me see. So I'll take my glasses off 1 second. All right. So I don't know if you can see my screen though. Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen, but it's
right,
like...
Yeah, it's I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna pop it up into a window. So basically this is like the different components, right? So we've got like the face capture, and then that face capture now goes into a face detector. So it puts all these dots onto my face to detect where my face is, and then from there it goes into now the face maker. So it tries to now map that face, those points into the image that you now want to input. So you can either use an actual image or you can use a DFM. So this is like a graph of multiple images of a person's face from different angles, so that it tries to like capture all of those and maps it onto the points that it has detected on your face. It is some wild stuff.
Some sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
Can you imagine when you're doing when in your uni years and someone told you something like this? That concept was so unplausible. Like, how?
Yeah.
Do you know the amount of computing power you need to even, because back then even rendering a graphics, a simple graphic was like so crazy.
Now we can do this from the comfort of our home. Wow. All right, so check this out. Yeah, just check this out. So 1 second. Bear with me for a second here. So that's the merged frame. Let me see if I can show it on the window here.
It's actually, I can actually see the...
Yeah. 1 second. Deep fake face output. No, deep fake output. Let's see if I can get this. Window. Right, so that's the window.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, my God.
So, yes. So now, basically, I'm a woman. This is, who's this? Yeah.
And like, it's tracking so well. There's no, like, your mouth moving differently, your eyes.
Dude.
It's like...
This is some freaky shit. Look at that. Like, I can touch my face. And, like...
oh, my God. No.
Yeah. Yeah, this is how fucked up it is, bro.
You remember, like, how in the movies they used to do this thing and, like, face swap so that to confuse the people that it's someone else?
Yeah. I can do Mr. Bean. So check this out, right? So hang on a second. Let it load.
Oh my God.
I'm serious, man. This is some fucked up shit.
No.
This is the AI, bro.
Look at you. Yeah, you look like him. You've been doing his expressions. Johnny English and all that stuff. Yeah.
It's so freaking
mental,
God. Bro.
Okay.
Look at that, man.
I was saying like, like people, our parents, grandparents' ages there, those are the ones who are going to be lied to because of this stuff. I'm like, me, man, like, I can just imagine the number of people doing this.
Yeah. Now we're having people who are joining interviews with face swap on. Yeah, I'm serious, man. It's like now you're having an interview. Basically, you can take a screenshot of this, right? You can let me move it like this. I put your face on the left there.
Don't tell
So
me you'll
basically, you're having
swap my
a
face.
conversation with Mr. Bean.
Oh my god! Oh my god! And then you're like, yeah, I'm doing this fundraiser. Just send me. Here's the link. Here's my.
Yeah,
You know,
this is
send me
Mr. Bean
this.
and Njoroge just having a casual conversation.
Oh
You know,
my god!
God damn it, it's so freaking crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is the world we're living in, bro.
So
Keanu
can you imagine those negative manosphere conversationalists and content creators getting the face of someone famous and stuff like that, and then creating like
Yeah,
that? Is this Keanu?
this is Keanu.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like freaking hell, man. How do you even,
I'm
this
here
is
in the
John
interview
Wick.
with John Wick.
Yeah, this is John Wick. And, you killed my dog, Njoroge.
Now, can you imagine when you're going to be able to even put voice on it?
Exactly. Now there's also technology that allows you to do that. It's called a voice changer, but my laptop obviously can't handle the
You'll
face
crash
changer.
it.
Yeah, it'll crash. It'll crash. But yeah, this is the world we're living in, bro. This is the world we are living in, man. It's
Wow.
so
When you watch some of these movies back then, and you're like, yeah, the kinds of things people are predicting that will happen, and now you're living in them, and you're like, I don't know, like, how are we going to survive, the coming years? Now, especially with elections coming up. You remember the whole Cambridge Analytica thing that just used social engineering and Facebook?
Yeah.
Now we have this kind of technology.
And it's literally taken me seconds to install this software. It's a repository on GitHub. I installed it in like a couple of seconds. It even shows you a guide on how to install it and run it. And you don't even need it. It even shows you don't really need a very powerful CPU if you don't want to do it live. Like right now I'm doing it live, so live it does take a lot of CPU processing power, plus it uses a GPU. But if you're just processing a video, like I can record a video of myself and then run it through the system, it changes the face, and there's so many things. You saw that terminal, you can tweak so many things to perfect it. And then that's it, basically. And then you can use AI again to now do the voice changer and apply it to
And
you're done.
now you have a full production workflow.
Yeah. So welcome to the future, old man.
I feel so old. Yeah, I feel so old.
Yeah, bro.
I feel
the
so
world we're
old.
living in, man.
There's someone who shared a video. There's this Michael Jackson song. It doesn't matter if you're black or white.
Yeah.
And they had this face morph thing.
Yeah.
Wait. So, and then, like, he was like, imagine telling your grandchild they made this without AI.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, yeah. So, like, it looks, now you're like living in some very different age of computing and processing.
Yeah, man. Exactly. So, interesting time to be alive, man. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, bro. Hey, dude, I don't want to take up too much time. How long have we been on the call here? Freaking
It's
hell.
been like an hour.
Yeah, an hour and 20. All right, man. Let's call it a session, man. Dude, it has been an absolute pleasure. Did you want to add anything, say anything? Shout out to whatever content you're creating on YouTube, whatever, man. Just
None. Okay. Yeah. So maybe right now I'll just be like, I'm working. I'm doing like the docus and your docu. So that's kind of the content. I'm doing a lot more vlogging for myself. So yeah, guys can check out my YouTube channel. Mostly it just has news and music kind of stuff. So now I want to branch out into making more interesting content for people like can enjoy and stuff like that. Just get people out of the funk of having to consume all this negative stuff around us.
too much negative stuff around here, and fake news and
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so yeah. Besides, plus I feel like right now it's like we've got Robert SFDC here. What is he saying? Salute members. All right, salute Robert SFDC. I don't know if you've watched any of Andrew Kibe's content.
It was all over the interwebs.
Of course you watched it.
Yeah,
So Robert
yeah.
SFDC used to be like his number one go-to guy on the shows, you know. So now he's joining my platform, and he's joining me because I interacted with IQ Watson. So I don't know if you've watched any of IQ Watson's content. I don't know if you've even watched any of his stuff.
No.
Yeah. You should check it out, man. I interacted with him. I shared some stories with him as well, and he was giving me his takes on certain things. So it was pretty interesting, man. But you know, the thing is, right now I'm in that. I've consumed the Manosphere content. There's still some few things I feel like I need, you know, some kind of like more info or context to it in order for me to, like, I guess apply. I don't know if I should even apply. You know, I'm still kind of there on the fence on certain things. So obviously I'm going to interact a little bit more with IQ. I'm really glad at least he's opened up his lines. He's literally just posted his WhatsApp number on his channel and said, you just freaking call me and let's talk, man. So we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Okay.
What's Robert saying? Keep the content coming. The virtual world is a small world. Yeah, that's true, bro. Anyway, man. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, and at least this has been a really good session, bro. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I mean, it's nice linking up.
Yeah,
At least, nowadays this technology is not like a long time ago. You know, it has to be a call. You have to make time our sessions. You know, like, when are you free? I'm free this day at this time and all that stuff. Time zones and all that stuff. This will be like a whole, like, you're landing a spacecraft from the moon. Like, timing has to be exact and perfect for stuff to work out. Yeah, it's much easier. And yeah, it's been a great session. Thank you for having me on. I've enjoyed.
Hopefully it shouldn't be another 2 years and then I get you on a call. Man. Freaking hell, man. Be in touch, man. I know you're a busy man. I'm a busy man, but make an effort, man. Reach out. We'll be in touch and share knowledge, share content, share ideas, so that we can move forward, man. You know.
Okay.
All right, bro. Take it easy. I'll speak to you later, bro.
Okay. Salute. Have a nice start of your week. Yeah.
All right, man. Take it easy. Awesome. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you guys for tuning in and checking that interesting conversation. And Robert SFDC, thank you for tuning in and supporting the content. It really means a lot, bro. Yes, like I mentioned, I still need a lot more, I guess, therapy with IQ and the rest of the Manosphere content creators, because I need to be dekinuthified, basically. That's what it comes down to, man. but obviously it needs to make sense. So once it makes sense, then I really appreciate it, bro. All right, man, I've been on freaking stream for like freaking 2 hours now. I think I'm calling it a session, man. I have talked too much. Peace.